Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. Good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their now. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Again, here's Blunt. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. So holding by the offense, and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
One receiver left, two to the right.
Here we go. Green, 39.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice on backwards so far in this series. 3rd and 13. Now they'll throw here, out of the gun. He's going to wind up and air it out. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And taken right on the 30. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
Then you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, LA. Their dangerous wide receiver. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Rams strike quickly here for 6 points. And he knocks it through. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game. Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And that is incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
This is taken around the 12. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
Let's see if they dial it up this drive. Brief break in the action here. We'll come back on Super Bowl Sunday after this. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
He'll look to set up his blockers. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the offense will come back onto the field with a 1st and 10. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. Glennon. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And they're going to speed things up here. Now Glennon going up top. That's caught inside the 20. These guys told us, these guys being the coaches, they wanted to really stretch the field.
You often leave guys in one-on-one situations, and that allows your better athletes to go up and get the football. I love the preparation that they put into this. They made it a priority, and they got what they expected.
They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll set up a throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. And quickly, they get to the line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be incomplete.
And that was a nice play. He knocked it away, but obviously you want the interception in this situation. You want to take away any chance that they have any decision to make on 4th down. But things happen so quickly in the end zone in this compressed area of the field that you're just happy to knock it away and not allow a touchdown.
So a field goal here, they're still down, but they put a dent into that lead before the break.
And that's got to feel good because now they've seen that they can put some more points on the board, and that gives them a whole second half to get back to where they want to be, and that's in the lead.
And he is going to be taken down inside the 5 at the 4-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it. And we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation, either side of the ball.
He rifles one, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. A great read, and it's picked off. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in the end, the decision to bring it out costs him a few yards as he's out of bounds just past the 20. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And down he'll go at the 25. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll throw now on the final play. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So out come the Raiders. And likely just out of field goal range. Could be Hail Mary time.
And haven't we seen in recent years that the Hail Mary seems to be more successful in the NFL than before?
Absolutely we have. And that is incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in the 2020 Super Bowl, Super Bowl 54. As we send you over to our headquarters in Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And last year, that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year, he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. He's brought down that time by a couple of Raiders.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there.
Play fake as they set up to throw. They're able to locate Wilson. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that third down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a first down.
Third time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on third, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
They only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Corey Coleman, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Rams are going to jump back in front. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
That's fielded in the end zone. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of this?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Blunt, the lone running back. Looking to throw. Hits his target, the tight end, Will Tye. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll make it a second down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And they're still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. And this defense looks for one more stop here on third after the run. They'll run again with Blunt. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They're going to try and throw. And he's got Will Tye complete. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence. This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Now Glennon looking left side, and it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They'll get 17 yards there. And that'll be good for an Oakland first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the fourth. Shift together here from the D-line. Glennon. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's third down. And this seemingly endless drive continues. The Rams go nickel here defensively on third. Back to throw here. And he's got Sanu. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver. And
he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Rex Burkhead, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Raiders have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. And that score gives us our 6th lead change of the game.
Are we back on the playground on the seesaw?
A little seesaw battle,
right?
Yeah.
Up and down, up and down. What a game we've watched here.
It's been fun. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And the Rams getting set to go now. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent. But you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone. Well, there's an example of patience being rewarded. Ran the ball on first down and got stuffed. Most people would scream, throw the ball here. In this situation, they stayed with their roots, stayed with running the football, and they got rewarded.
And they'll run it here. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on fourth down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And Robinson with a big catch. It'll be a gain of 9, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that 4th down qualified. That was a heck of a throw.
They'll look to throw. The tight end, Luke Wilson, was the target. And it's 2nd down.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
And once again, leverage wins. Space for the guy carrying the ball.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. And a new set of downs here after picking up the 1st on the ground. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
But if you're going to have a relay race, you're probably going to pick your backs and receivers to run it. But don't underestimate the conditioning of the offensive line. They're out there just dictating things, staying on the field, and keeping a long drive going.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. No gain at all on the play there. That brings up 4th. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
They'll set up a throw. He finds Coleman. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on.
All right, here we go.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
Let's go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Caught out left side by Robinson. Time for a break. We're back to perhaps crown a champion after this. This is turning into a bit of a death march here, the 13th play of this drive. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. What a Super Bowl this has been, and the biggest play comes now. It's 4th down. They'll go with a keeper. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. And he'll give it here to his running back. And a short gain here down to the 22. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for 1st. So they're operating in the red zone. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4.
Can't believe
He'll look to throw. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And Zerline's kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by the corner, Tremaine Brock. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They're up by one. They have the football. The key here, just don't do anything silly, right, Charles?
That's exactly right. And you know all the admonitions as they ran out there.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown puts them up 7. But now's when the fun begins, partner, because if you go ahead and kick the extra point, it's still a one-possession game. Go for 2, you might put it out of reach.
Yeah, a little decision to be made. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat-and-mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. 10 yards to go on third. They'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. NFL teams last year a little under 50% on fourth down conversions. This is a bit tougher. 4th and 4. Back to throw. He's got time in the pocket. Now a desperate. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And the Rams now coming out on the field. The clock cannot be stopped here. Defense can't do anything. So kneel it down, take it home.
No doubt about it. It's what you practice for in winning situations.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. That one looks like he'll throw here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and he will fall on this one himself, so no